In this video, we're going to take 2 points and we're going to find the equation of that line that goes through those 2 points, and we're going to write it in standard form. Okay, so the first thing we have to do when we do this is first find the slope that goes through those 2 points using the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you forgot about how to do that, remember you can label these as just xy points. I'm going to call my first one x1, y1, and my second one gets 2's, x2, y2. All right, if I plug those into my formula, then this is going to be 4 minus a negative 2 over negative 3 minus 1. All right, so on top, remember when you subtract a negative, that becomes positive. So this would be 6 over negative 3 minus 1 is a negative 4. And the slope of that then would become negative 3 halves. So I'm going to say I have a slope of negative 3 halves when I simplify it. All right, now if I look at what I have a couple points and a slope. So I'm going to start this equation off in point-slope form. You kind of use what you have. Point-slope form, right? So then, let's see, I'm going to pick my easiest point, which is probably this one. And I'm going to write this in point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. And when I plug those things in, that's going to be y minus my y1 is a negative 2. Again, I could make this a positive since it's y minus negative. That's the same as y plus 2. Equals the slope that I found, negative 3 halves, times x minus the x1 is just a 1. All right, now I can go ahead and start to use my standard form checklist, which I've talked about in some other videos, where that's when I don't have fractions, the x and y have to be on the same side, and the x term is positive. If all those things are true, then it is in standard form. In this problem, none of those are true. Right? We have to fix a lot of those. So here, if I look, I have fractions first off, which I can fix by multiplying the entire equation by the denominator of that fraction, which is a 2. The reason I choose this is because in this step, it is going to cancel. So if I distribute this in, 2 times y is 2y, 2 times 2 is 4. All right, over here, you have to be a little bit careful. This is all one term, so you're only going to distribute it to this first number. So since we're multiplying and dividing by 2, I'm going to be left with a negative 3 on top times that same quantity, x minus 1. Okay, again, it's all one term, so you just apply it to that number in front. All right, so let's go ahead and maybe distribute this in since I no longer have fractions. This is going to give me still 2y plus 4 equals negative 3x plus 3. And then, let's see, I can maybe move this 4 over and get 2y equals negative 3x plus, minus 1. Minus 1. And then, the last thing I need to do here is get my x and y on the same side. So I'm going to check it off right now because I'm going to add it over to the other side like this. And I might come over here. This is going to give me 3x plus 2y equals negative 1. And you'll notice that the last part of my checklist is that the x term needs to be positive, which since it's currently a positive 3x, it is. All right, so this is the standard form of the equation of the line that goes through the 2 points that we were given at the beginning. So that's how you take 2 points and you switch it to standard form.